Dear viewers, Drishti Eyes presents to you a new program, Editorial Analysis. In this program, we'll analyze editorials published in major English newspapers such as The Hindu and Indian Express for effective understanding of students. In this program, we'll mainly focus on three things. First, establishing link of the editorial to UPSC syllabus. Second, understanding the main points of editorial under key points. And third, discussing important concepts mentioned in the editorial of which are necessary to understand the editorial. Hope you all like this new initiative of Drishti IAS. Please feel free to give your suggestions and opinions. So starting with the editorial analysis for today. Today's editorial has been taken up from The Hindu and it came under the heading No 100% Quota, and it discusses the recent Supreme Court's decision regarding reservation for scheduled tribes in Andhra Pradesh, where state government had provided 100% reservation for scheduled tribes in the scheduled area. Let's see how is it linked to UPSC syllabus. It comes under GS paper 2 and you can link it with governance and constitution both. Under Indian Constitution, it would come under amendments and significant provisions of the Constitution. It also comes under government policies and interventions for development in various sectors. And you can also link it to welfare schemes for vulnerable sections, mechanisms, laws, institutions and bodies constituted for the protection and betterment of these vulnerable sections. Under key points, as mentioned before, the editorial mentions that recently a 5-judge constitution bench of Supreme Court held it unconstitutional to provide 100% reservation for tribal teachers in schools located in scheduled areas across the country. The overall ruling of Supreme Court that nowhere in the country can anybody, any category could be provided 100% reservation in scheduled areas. The scheduled areas, as you all must be knowing, it comes under Part 10, Schedule 5 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court's recent ruling comes from a legal challenge to January 2000 order which was issued by Andhra Pradesh government. And this order had actually provided 100% reservation to the scheduled tribe candidates in scheduled areas of the state. In this 100% reservation, 33% was also provided to the scheduled tribe women for the post of teachers in schools located in these scheduled areas of the state. Supreme Court in its ruling has now quashed this reservation of 100% of all teaching posts in scheduled areas of Andhra Pradesh for local scheduled tribes. Now, what are the reasons cited by Supreme Court while quashing this order of Andhra Pradesh government? The Supreme Court has said that providing 100% reservation is against the constitutional scheme of equality, that is Article 14. Even if it is for objective of providing representation to historically deprived sections like SC or ST or OBC, any such category which has been deemed to be historically deprived, you do provide the affirmative action through reservations, but you cannot provide them 100% reservation because then it violates the entire principle of equality. You have to consider some limit while providing the reservation. It also found that when such posts for teachers were earmarked in the notified areas of Schedule 5, it actually affected the interest of other candidates, because if you're marking 100% reservation for scheduled tribes of say Zone A, now there is a possibility that there are other communities also staying there, such as scheduled caste, OBCs and other such communities. And there is another Zone B, another area, where again there are all kind of communities like scheduled tribe, scheduled caste, OBC, everybody. Now there is a rule in Andhra Pradesh under Constitutional Article 371D, under which President had issued orders that residents of district or zone cannot apply to another district or zone for appointment. Now in Zone A, you have effectively excluded the scheduled caste and OBC from applying for posts for teachers. However, when you make Article 371D, now these scheduled caste and OBC cannot apply for post of teachers in Zone B also. So you have actually excluded them from all the teaching posts across all the zones, all the areas, so they cannot apply anywhere. So this rule of 100% reservation for scheduled tribes is going against other communities. What are the reasons that are given by state government for providing such 100% reservation for a particular community? It had first passed these orders in 1986 and then again it passed it in 2000, providing 100% reservation to scheduled tribes in scheduled areas. The rationale given by state government is that whenever teachers from other areas came to teach in these areas, there was found chronic absenteeism and teachers were not really interested in teaching in these areas to which they did not belong. So what they did, that they effectively made a rule and they brought out the notification, so only teacher of that area would teach over there. However, this solution of drafting only members of local tribes, that only local tribe members would be allowed to teach in the schools of that particular area, is not a viable solution. Why? Because you could have provided the teachers who are on chronic absenteeism with other incentives and facilities which would have attracted them, better perks or something, rather than excluding everybody else. So in conclusion, what editorial observes is that affirmative action such as reservation loses its meaning if it does not leave enough space for open competition. That is, if you're giving 100% reservation, you're not leaving any open category where anybody can come and compete. Even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, during the Constituent Assembly debate on equality, had observed that reservation should be there only for minority of seats and not for 100% of seats. This point made by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is often urged in favor of the 50% cap that's imposed on reservations by the Supreme Court in its previous orders, like Indra Sawhney case. However, you can breach this limit of 50% only in special circumstances and where a special case for it must be made. And such a debate of whether we should provide how much reservation should be provided to scheduled tribes or scheduled communities for that matter shouldn't divert us from another important fact, that there is still a continuing need for significant quotas for scheduled tribes, especially the ones living in 5th schedule, because the people in 5th schedule are really backward even now as we speak. So they would need such reservation guarantee even if it breaches the 50% limit. The editorial notices that. And hence the court should not record obiter dicta advocating a revision of list of SCs and STs. Supreme Court has time and again said that there should be revision in the provision of reservation. It has become a political tool, but then we should not lose sight of the fact that these communities would continue needing the reservation, and maybe more so till they come on equality with other communities. Now, Supreme Court had also noticed at times that there has been no trickle-down effect and that a particular affluent and creamy layer of scheduled tribes or scheduled caste have appropriated all the benefits of reservation. But India hasn't still come to the level where there is a significant section of affluent people in these scheduled tribes and scheduled caste who are not letting the benefits of reservation to trickle down. Hence, the editorial continues to bat for the idea of reservation without applying the concept of creamy layer to these categories. Coming to the key concepts, we spoke of scheduled areas. Now, scheduled areas are actually the areas which are inhabited by aboriginals who are socially and economically backward. You need to remember these terms. There is backwardness of social and economic criteria and need special measures to improve their conditions. The entire administrative machinery of state does not extend to these areas. These areas are exempted from the administrative rules and regulations of the state or center. Constitutional provisions, Part 10 of the Constitution deals with administration of these areas because the normal administrative machinery does not operate. Hence, Part 10 deals how the administration would be carried on, and Article 244 Clause 1 provides that 5th schedule shall apply to administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in any state except Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. So these states are excluded from 5th schedule of scheduled areas. Part 10 talks about the administration of scheduled areas, and under this it says President is empowered to declare an area to be scheduled area. Hence, any area would be declared by the President. Governor has to submit a report to President annually or whenever the President asks for it about the progress and development being made in these areas. Now, the executive power of the center would only extend to giving directions to the states regarding administration of such areas. And there is also provision of a tribal advisory council which would consist maximum 20 members, and they would advise on welfare and advancement of the scheduled tribes. The governor is empowered. This is the most important provision of the scheduled areas, that governor is empowered to direct that any act of parliament or state legislature, any act, legislative act that parliament or state legislature makes would not apply to scheduled area or would apply to scheduled area or would apply with specified modifications and exceptions. So governor has such discretionary powers when it comes to scheduled areas. January 2000 notification of Andhra Pradesh government had actually been brought by governor, where it provided for 100% reservation to scheduled tribes, citing this particular provision only, where governor is empowered to direct that any act of parliament or state legislature does not apply to scheduled area. So this is the provision that governor had cited before also. However, the Supreme Court has said that the law or any act which has already been framed would not apply or would apply with modifications. The governor cannot make new acts. So providing 100% reservation to scheduled tribes is like making a new law, which is not allowed under this provision. Let's see the key Supreme Court judgments that have come on reservation. In 1992, Indira Sahani case had said that under Article 16 Clause 4, the reservation could be provided only during the entry, that is, when you take a job or a seat in educational institution, but not in matters of promotions, and total reserve quota should not exceed 50%. The cap was brought forward by Indira Sahani case. In response, the Parliament enacted 77 Constitutional Amendment Act. Supreme Court had disallowed the reservation promotion. However, Parliament allowed the promotion in reservation in favor of SC and ST. In M. Nagaraj case in 2006, the Supreme Court upheld the validity of Article 16 for Clause 4A, which is this. However, it said that a reservation has to satisfy these three parameters, which are social and educational backwardness, inadequate representation of these communities, and overall efficiency of administration. So you have to remember these three conditions. In 2018, Jarnail Singh versus Lakshmi Narayan Gupta case, the Supreme Court held that promotion does not require the state to collect quantifiable data on the backwardness of SC and STs. And they are deemed to be backward. You do not have to collect the quantifiable data to see how backward are they. However, recent Supreme Court observations which have happened in February 2020 with respect to Uttarakhand case, in this it has gone back on its 2018 judgment, and it has said that reservation is not a fundamental right. Article 16 is an enabling provision and state is not bound to make reservations. You cannot force the state to make reservations for SC and ST for promotions. And even if the state wishes to exercise this discretion with respect to promotions, it has to first collect quantifiable data. So here it said that it does not require quantifiable data in Jarnail Singh. However, now it says that state has to collect the quantifiable data showing inadequacy of representation of class or community. Now we spoke about Article 371D of Constitution. This article actually contains special provisions for the state of Andhra Pradesh, and in 2014 it was extended to Telangana also by Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act. The provision actually deals with equitable opportunities in public employment and education for people belonging to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Under this provision, there is a local area system of recruitment in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, where the broad objective is to provide employment to local residents in some specified public post. No outsider is allowed for vying of those posts. The state government organize civil posts in local cadres for different parts of the state and provide for direct recruitment to post in any local cadre. So state government actually makes the provision for civil posts in local cadres, and President under Article 371D has issued orders that resident of a district or zone cannot apply to another district or zone for appointment because the posts are for local cadre only. Local, that means within a district or within a zone. And a person from another zone cannot apply for post over here.